Greetings, and thank you for the opportunity to share this presentation, providing a little awareness and hopefully some useful knowledge pertaining to biostimulants. I have always been very curious and continue to have a great passion to learn and interact. So as I am narrating this first portion of the presentation, I wanted to include a little interactive opportunity. There are 3 takeaway points marked with a yellow star that I would like you to capture over the next few minutes. For those who text me the 3 points, I will have a random draw for 4 winners, and I will deliver a $25 gift certificate to you personally. So let's get started. To begin, I want to share this 1950 quote pertaining to soil health, taken from the book Soil Microorganisms and Higher Plants. It just states that soil is created by microorganisms, and if stopped, we will only have geology. Well, as the term biostimulant can be extremely vague, I will start with a current definition. A substance or microorganism that, when applied to seeds, plants, or the rhizosphere, stimulates processes to enhance or benefit nutrient uptake, nutrient efficiencies, and tolerance to abiotic stresses, leading to improved crop yield and quality. Well, that's quite a mouthful, so perhaps a better approach is to decide what they are not. Biostimulants really cannot be classified as traditional NPK fertilizers, though fertilizers do all the same things we stated above. It's better to think of them, well, as beneficial substances or organisms that can help the plant throughout the growing season. Think of them as adding another string to your bow to increase the efficiency of your crop plan. But there is a point to remember. Biostimulants are naturally occurring substances and not foreign to plants or soil. So as you see, star 1, they are very much natural to plants. As many people place biostimulants under one umbrella, I would like to share how they can traditionally fall into 5 broader categories: humic and fulvic acids, biologicals, plant extracts, protein hydrolysates, and chitin. Some of these have been utilized for years, while others are starting to gain more traction in the agricultural production today. Well, sources are very important because where a product comes from determines how it is utilized and where it can best maximize its performance. Differences in products can come from extraction methods and even their sources alone. Humic and fulvic acids are traditionally mined from leonardite deposits and then extracted and fractioned. Microbes are typically isolated from the rhizosphere. Plant extracts are typically seaweeds harvested from the oceans and many different geographic areas. Protein hydrolysate typically comes from either plant seeds or animal byproducts, while chitin primarily comes from shrimp meal. Chitin is a tricky substance. When applied to the soil, it increases the organic matter as well as increases the chitinase activity within the soil. This can help protect from certain fungal and insect pressures, but it is dependent on the native organism's populations. Humic and fulvic acids are the products of time. As microbes break down soil organic matter, there are certain fractions that cannot be broken down anymore due to the lack of oxygen. These deposits are buried and then they're mined. When added to soil, these acids increase the organic matter. This allows nutrients to bind to the acids, improve the soil structure, and increase the water holding capacity. They can also provide a food source for microbial populations. Fulvics have a much smaller molecular weight than humics and are effective as foliars. Biologicals have been used in agriculture for decades, but only in a very limited way. Rhizobia inoculant are regularly applied to legume species. Mycorrhizae, a fungal endophytic symbiote of most crop species, colonizes the roots of plants and increases a plant's access to water and nutrients. A newer horizon has emerged as companies have started to look at other organisms to positively impact plant growth. Products developed using Bacillus, Trichoderma, and Penicillium have been commercialized that increase soil nutrient cycling, thereby increasing the amount of nutrients that are available to plants. Plant extracts, primarily seaweeds, act on the plant. Seaweeds contain a mixture of nutrients, hormones, organic acids, and other complex molecules. Application of the seaweeds can alter the hormonal balance of the plants in order to get more desired growth impacts. That means that they contain different balances of auxins, cytokinins, and gibberellic acid, among others. Protein hydrolysates are derived from either plant protein or animal protein. They are preferred for agricultural production because the amino acids and the peptides are 100% usable by the plants. Protein hydrolysates basically provide immediately available and usable nitrogen for growth and allow plants to go about their business of using these amino acids to create proteins and grow. Protein hydrolysates have the greatest benefit during times of intense growth and physiological changes when plants might be limited to their nutrient uptake. As I work in a world of protein hydrolysates, it is key for me to differentiate between products and share knowledge to growers and agronomists on the synergies that exist to create greater crop successes. Understanding the plants are conservative by nature, we need to better understand how plants truly function so we can support them. With plant genetics increasing yields and quality, energy creation is key to supporting and increasing metabolism to attain these goals. Mediating stress will empower plants to obtain those genetic potentials. So we can see here, star number 2 is that we have to understand that stress steals your yields energy. At Emerald Bioagriculture, we design biochemistry consisting of amino and carboxylic acids that work at the cellular level within the mitochondria. This enhances the generation of ATP, which both plants and humans require for any and all movement and growth. Without even knowing it, we actually produce our own weight in ATP every day just to function. Now, as this may seem to be getting just a little too scientific, it is very important for me to explain the why and how. Teaching to understanding takes away many variables, and there are already too many uncertainties in this industry. The citric acid cycle, Krebs cycle, functioning inside the mitochondria creates all the energy required for every activity within the plant. It has been proven that when a plant enters into a stress event, the amino acid GABA increases up to 25-fold. As this is a stress-limiting response, it has recently been proven that the increased GABA production within the plant produces enzymes that create a bypass within the citric acid cycle. This event allows the plant to create ATP at a quicker pace and respond and recover more quickly to stresses. It is being tested that even with a robotic insect crawling across the leaves, the increase of GABA happened within 1 to 2 minutes. Plants react very quickly to their surroundings. During this response, nitrogen assimilation is increased. This allows plants to acquire and utilize nutrients more efficiently, creating a stronger plant. Enhancing plant health through nutrition allows for greater achievement towards our quality and our yields. Now it is time to turn the why and how into practical applications for the production-minded grower. We supply plants with adequate nutrients to generate specific yields. By adding Nutrisorb 2.0 technology to your plant, you will increase and utilize the nutrients plants uptake more efficiently. Plus, plants will be greater equipped to respond to growth demands and environmental stresses. From the time we plant, our goal is to utilize all the nutrition and energy we supply to maximize the plant's yield potential. Plants are very much like people, greater potential when given the greatest opportunities. The treated seed has a better start. while the larger plant builds greater potential for reproduction. During flowering, pollination and reproduction is when there is a great deal of support and management required. Developing stress mediation and increasing ATP energy production will support and enhance our yield opportunities. As this simple chart shows, we need to understand how to limit our risk exposure and maintain the potential. Creating crop plans, supported by monitoring and ground truthing, through the entire season will give us our best results. With stresses stealing as much as 70% of our optimistic yields, how are you enhancing your crop plans? As Francis Child stated, in order to achieve yield levels I've never reached before, I will have to do some things I've never done before. Well, with research on almost every crop grown in the Americas, there's over 20 years of data to support our products. And I want to thank Paul for taking over now and sharing how EcoPlus technology can be best applied to support your cropping successes. It's time to text me the key points now. My number is 226-678-0139. If you can text those 3 points to me, I'll do a random draw and hopefully catch up with a bunch of you later in the month. Thank you for your most valuable commodity, your time. I now pass along to Paul and wish everyone a safe and prosperous 2020.